Hello and welcome to this video. In this video we will continue our read through of library reference of Python. So if you are new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get notified about upcoming videos on Python. So with that aside, we will go and jump into test sequence type str because we had dealt up to range. So str is the string class. All strings are of str class. So as we have already studied a bit about string, they are on single quotes, double quotes, triple quotes. So triple quoted strings can span multiple lines. All associated white space will be included in the string literal. String literals that are part of a single expression have only white space between them will be implicitly converted to a single string literal. That is, this spam space, there is a space here, eggs will be equal to spam space eggs. So there are various forms of string literal and there are escape sequences. So let's go through escape sequences a bit. I think I have told these escape sequences in string. So backslash new line, that is backslash n, double backslash is backslash single quote is single quote, backslash double quote is double quote, backslash a will produce ASCII bell on your terminal, backslash b is backspace, backslash f is form feed, backslash n is line feed, backslash r is carriage return, backslash t is horizontal tab, and backslash v is vertical tab, back triple o is the octal value, backslash xhh is character value hh. So if you want to see, I can show some examples, I guess. So for example, s is equal to, let's say, my name is Shiv, and we print this s. Okay, so if you see this cd here, python space literal.py, you see it prints my name is Shiv. Observe the next prompt starts on a new line. What if we put an escape sequence backslash n? Then it puts an extra line here. What if we put backslash a? Then it does produce a skibble, but you can't see it, okay, because the terminal is not configured to it. Now if you do a backslash b, which is a backspace, and then you type r, then r will overwrite v. It will become my name is Shir. So you see, my name is Shir. So similarly, you can experiment with other escape sequences. And let's get back to our string. A string may also be created from other objects using str constructor. So for example, if you have a class A and you define str this and you return class A, then if you do str of object of A, it should print class A. Class A. If you change it, it will print something else. Something else. For example, it prints something else. So whatever you want to present here, we will give here. It will, you can construct a string from other instances of class objects. So that's what this line means. Since there is no separate character type indexing, a string produces strings of length 1. That is, for a non-empty string, s0 is equal to s0:1. There is also no mutable string type, but str.join or io.string io can be used to efficiently construct strings from multiple fragments. Let me give you an example of strjoin. So suppose there is a list, L is equal to my name is Shiv, and if you say print space dot join L. Okay, then it will print my space name space Shiv space. My name is space Shiv space. There will be a space at the end. Okay, so you can call R strip on this, and the last space will be removed. Note that you can't see this. If you remove this R strip, you won't be able to see this. But if you count its length, you will know that there is a space at the end, because my name is 6 to 8 for 12, 12 and 3 spaces inside. It should be 15, but length will print 16. Space join 2 for 6 to 8 for 12 and 1 to 3 15. That should be 16. Oh, this is strange. This should not print 15. Okay, let's see. Plus we give another str. There should be space after shift. No, there is no space. I was wrong. It does not produce the space after the end. There is no R strip necessary. It only puts space in between the strings. My bad. So for backward compatibility with Python 2 series, the U prefix is once again permitted on string literals. It has no effect on meaning of string literals and cannot be combined with R prefix. So R prefix makes a raw string. What it means is, suppose S is equal to R, my name is Shiv, and you give a backslash n. Okay, then you will be surprised that it will not print backslash n here. I mean, it will not be used as an escape sequence. It will become a literal. For raw strings, you have to escape it twice. No. Raw strings you can't escape. In raw strings you can't use escape sequences. I'm wrong. In raw strings you can't use escape sequences. So these are the methods of creating the str from some object. You give the encoding and you give the errors. This str returns a string version of object. If object is not provided, returns the empty string. Otherwise, the behavior of str depends on whether encoding or errors is given, which is as follows. If neither encoding nor errors is given, str object returns type object.str str object, which is the informal or nicely printable string representation of object. For string objects, this is the string itself. If object does not have a str method, then str falls back to rep object. If at least one of the encoding or errors is given, object should be a bytes-like object, example bytes or byte array. In this case, if object is bytes or byte array object, then str bytes encoding error is equivalent to bytes.decode encoding, errors. Otherwise, the bytes object underlying the buffer object is contained before calling bytes.decode. See binary sequence types, which we will see later, and buffer protocol for information on buffer objects. So we'll see these two things later, binary sequence types and buffer protocol, because there are times when you encode, for example, library functions. For example, when you do password hashing kind of thing, then you have to deal with bytes. And at that time, encoding becomes important. So we'll see these later on. So passing a bytes object to str without encoding or arguments falls under the first case of returning the informal string representation. See also -b command line option to Python. For example, str byte sequence jut. It prints as double quotes byte sequence jut. For more information on the str class and method, see text sequence type str and the string method section below, which you will see. To output formatted string, see the string format syntax, string syntax sections. In addition, see the text processing services section. We will see all these slowly. String methods. String implements all the common sequence operations along with the additional methods described below. Strings also supports two types of string formatting, one providing a large degree of flexibility and customization, str.format, we have already seen this, and custom string format, and the other based on cprintf style formatting that handles a narrower range of types and is slightly harder to use correctly but is often faster for the cases it can handle. Printf style string formatting will describe that. The text processing services sections of the standard library covers a number of other modules that provides various tech-related utilities, including regular expression support in the RE module. We will study the regular expression in a lot of detail. I will make lots of videos on regular expression because that is one of the complicated topics in the entire documentation. I think regular expressions are the most complicated topic in this entire documentation. So one of the methods, extra methods with string is capitalize. So for example, make it shiv, normal string, remove this, you call s dot capitalize. Okay, so you see it capitalizes the first letter. Casefold return, so this returns a copy of string with its first character capitalized and rest lowercase. Casefold return a casefolded copy of string. Casefolded strings may be used for caseless matching. Case folding is similar to lower casing but more aggressive because it is intended to remove all case distinctions in a string. For example, the German lowercase beta is equivalent to SS. Since it is already lowercase, lower would do nothing to beta, but case fold will convert it to SS. So for example, if I call it shiv and I invoke case fold on this, it will be all lowercase. So case fold will convert everything to lowercase plus other equivalent characters in Unicode will be case folded. The case folding algorithm is described in section 3.13 default case folding of Unicode standard. So this is something beyond the scope of what I will call our Python documentation, but if you're interested, you can go and read section 3.13. So section 3.13 would be default case algorithms. So this will describe how case folding works. Okay. str.center width, fillchar returns center string and a length of width. Padding is done using the specified fillchar. Default is an ASCII space. The original string is returned if width is less than or equal to length. So for example, if we call it center and we give it a width of say 10, then it will be accordingly centered. So you see 3 spaces to the left, 3 to the right and 4 in between. str.count return the number of non-overlapping occurrences of substring sub in the range start end. Optional arguments start and end are interpreted in a slice notation. If sub is empty, returns the number of empty strings between characters, which is length of the string plus 1. So for example, if I put my name and we try to count A, so it should give us 2. Let's put a space here. It should give us 2. It gives us 2. So basically it counts the number of substrings. So here I have given only 1. I can give second one as such. It will also give us 2. Next we have str.encode. Return the string encoded to bytes. String encoding defaults to UTF-8. See standard encodings for possible values. So standard encoding codecs are described here. These are the standard codecs listed here. For most practical purposes, we will restrict ourselves to UTF-8. Okay. Or ASCII. So UTF-8 is actually more logical for us. So for example, we can say s.encode UTF-8. Okay. So it gives us the byte Shiv Shankar because after encoding you get bytes. Remember that when you encode a string you get bytes, when you decode bytes you get a string. So encoding defaults to UTF-8. Errors control how encoding errors are handled. If strict, the default, a Unicode error exception is read, other possible values are ignored, replace, XML char ref, replace, backslash replace. We have already seen this error types earlier, and any other names registered via codex.register. See error handlers for detail. We'll see error handlers later on. For performance regions, the value of errors is not checked for validity unless an encoding error actually occurs. Python development mode is enabled or a debug build is used. str dot ends with returns true if the string ends with the specified suffix, otherwise return false. Suffix can also be a tuple of suffixes to look for, with optional start test beginning at that position. With optional end, stop comparing at that position. So for example, we can say that this ends with AR, ends with AR. This should give us true. Yeah. Expand tabs. Return a copy of string where all tab characters are replaced by one or more spaces depending on the current column and the given tab size. Tab positions occur every tab size characters. Default is 8. Giving tab positions at columns 0, 8, 16 and so on. To expand the string, the current column is set to 0. The string is examined character by character. If the character is a tab, one or more space characters are inserted in the result until the current column is equal to next tab position. The tab character itself is not copied. If the tab character is in the new line or return, it is copied and the current column is reset to 0. Any other character is copied unchanged and the current column is incremented by 1 regardless of how the character is represented when printed. So for example, if you run this, we will put it here. Then it will print 0, 1, then 6 spaces, then 0, 12, then 5 spaces, then 4, and then finally 5 will be printed, 5 characters. So you see there are 6 spaces here, there are 5 spaces here, there are 4 spaces here, because the default size is 8. But if you change it to say 4, because we can supply tab size, we can say tab size is equal to 4, it will behave in a different way. See, now 2 spaces here, 1 space here. This will give 4 spaces here. Okay. str.find returns the lowest index of the string when sub is found within the slice start colon end. Optional arguments start and end are represented as in slash notation. Return -1 if sub is not found. The find method should only be used if you know the position of sub. To check if sub is a substring or not, use the in operator. Okay. So find we will use. So for example, we can say that s dot find, we can say sh, so it will give us 0. What if we give it something which cannot be found? That gives -1. That is the last position of the string. So be careful that if you need to know the position, but if you don't need to know the position, then just for testing for the substring existence, you should use n, because find is more expensive than in operator. str.format, this we have seen a lot of detail, so I'll skip this. Format map, this is similar to format, except that mapping is used directly and not copied to a dict. This is useful if for example mapping is a dict subclass. Okay, so for example you have to include a missing function here which returns the key. So name was born in country, default is name. Guido was born in country, but the key country has not been supplied, so it will return key for that and it will print Guido was born in country. So for example, you can say that there is no need to run this, you can look at it. str.index, like find, but raises a value error when the substring is not found. String is alphanum. Returns true if all the characters in the string are alphanumeric and there is at least one character. False otherwise. The character C is alphanumeric if one of the following returns true. C dot is alpha, C dot is decimal, C dot is digit, C dot is numeric. str dot is alpha. Returns true if all characters in the string are alphabetic and there is at least one character. False otherwise. Alphabetic characters are those defined in the Unicode character class as letter, that is, those with the general category property being one of LM, LT, LU, LI, and LO. Note that this is different from the alphabetic property defined in section 4.10 letters, alphabetic and ideographic of the Unicode standard. str.is ASCII returns true if the string is empty or all characters in the string are ASCII, false otherwise. ASCII characters have the code points in the range U plus 0000 to U plus 007F, that is first 27 bits, first 27 numbers, that is. So we want to test this s dot is alphanum. This will give us true. Oh, there was a space, that's why it gave false. So if we remove the false space, it will give us true. Similarly, is alpha will also give us true, and is ASCII will also give us true. Okay, but what if we include that beta, then is ASCII will start falling. Let me copy that beta from here and put it at in between somewhere. Now it is no longer ASCII, so it gives false. So if you try is alpha, that will also give false. So we were at is decimal. Return true if all characters in the string are decimal characters and there is at least one character. False otherwise. Decimal characters are those that can be used to form numbers in base 10. Example, U plus 0660, Arabic ending digit 0. Formally, a decimal character is character in Unicode general category ND. str is digit. Returns true if all characters in the string are digits and there is at least one character. False otherwise. Digits include digital characters and digits that need special handling, such as the compatibility superscript digits. This covers digits which cannot be used to form numbers in base 10, like Kharoshthi numbers. Formally, a digit is a character that has property value numeric type is equal to digit or numeric type is equal to decimal. I don't know what are Kharoshthi numbers. I have no idea. So in general, we will not deal with this. So you can assume that this is 0 to 9 and it will work fine for most of the cases. str is identifier. Returns to if the string is a valid identifier according to the language definition section, identifiers and keywords. So this we have already included. The identifier can be Unicode characters and there can be underscore, but the first character cannot be a number. Otherwise, numbers can also be there. Keyword dot is keyword can be used to test whether string S is a real identifier such as def or class. So you can test for keyword or is identifier. Hello is a good identifier. Is keyword hello? Hello is not a keyword. Def is identifier. True. Def is keyword. Yes, it is a keyword. str is lower. Returns true if all cased characters in the string are lowercase and there is at least one cased character. False otherwise. str is numeric. Returns true if all characters in the string are numeric characters and there is at least one character. False otherwise. Numeric characters include digit characters and all characters have the Unicode numeric value property. Example, U plus 2155, vulgar fraction 1/5. This is some Unicode specification text. Formally, numeric types are those with the property value numeric type is equal to digit, numeric type is equal to decimal, or numeric type is equal to numeric. str dot is printable. Returns true if all characters in a string are printable or the string is empty. False otherwise. Non-printable characters are those characters defined in the Unicode character database as other or separator. Examples excepting the ASCII space, which is considered printable. Note that printable characters in the context are those which should not be skipped when rep is invoked on a string. It has no bearing on the handling of strings when sys.std out or when the handling of the string returned to sys.std out or sys.std error. str dot is space returns true if there are only white space characters in the string and there is at least one character. False otherwise. The character is white space if in the Unicode character database see Unicode data that either its general category is ZS, separator space, or its bidirectional case is one of WS, B, or S. So this is important. So we look at Unicode data. White space we are looking for. White space. We are looking for white space. 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 It's not given here. Space. No. So we will Unicode spaces are you will have to read the spec, but I will explain this that say for example this is space, tab, new line, carriage feed, line feed. These are space characters. Is space. No, I don't think this should be at least space. Yeah. So in general, you should include backslash line, backslash new line, backslash t, and space. These are the typical white spaces you will encounter. So those are the most important ones. Others we will have to refer to Unicode standard. str is title. Return true if the string is a title cased string and there is at least one character. For example, uppercase characters may only follow uncased characters and lowercase characters only cased ones. Return false otherwise. str is upper. Return true if all case characters in the string are uppercase and there is at least one cased character. False otherwise. So you can see this example that this banana is true, others are false. str join. So this we have already seen join function, I believe. Let me check if we have seen this. Library reference, built-in functions, join. No, we have not seen. So I'll explain this join. We go to str.join. So it takes an iterable and it joins that thing with the string. So for example, the example which I said, okay. So this example represents string.join. So it takes an iterable. My name is Shiv, and it joins them with the space. So that is the example of str join. Return a string which is concatenation of the string in iterable. A type error will be read if there are any non-string values in iterable, including bytes objects. The only constraint is that this list can contain only string objects. Even bytes are not allowed. The separator between elements is the string providing this method. str.ljust left justification. Return the string with left justify and a string of length width. Padding is done using the specified field character. Default is ASCII space. The original string is returned with if width is less than or equal to lenas. str lower. Return a copy of the, maybe we can see this ljust. Okay, so we can invoke ljust on this and we give a width of say 30 and fill character we make it x. Then you will see that how this works out. So it prints the name, my name is Shiv, left justified, and remaining places are filled with x. If it would have been filled with space, then you could not see this. str.lower, return a copy of string with all cases character converted to lowercase. So this is very simple. You just get the lowercase version of your string. So this is described in the default case folding, which we have already seen. str.lstrip, it will remove white spaces from the left side. Return a copy of the string with leading characters removed. The chars argument is a string specifying the set of characters to be removed. If omitted or none, the chars argument defaults to removing white space. The chars argument is not a prefix, rather all combination of its value are stripped. So when it says leading, it means not left hand side, because when you deal with right to left languages like Hebrew or Arabic, it may remove from right side. I am not sure about this because I have never used Hebrew or Arabic kind of script. Okay, so with those strings it might remove from right hand side, but for English it will remove from left side. Okay, so now it takes a characters also. Okay, so the chars argument default to removing white space. The chars argument is not a prefix, rather all combination of its values are stripped. So for example, if you take CMOWZ, then www dot is removed from the beginning. So it takes a combination of these. See str.remove prefix for a method that will remove a single prefix string rather than all set of characters. So R3 if you give L strip Arthur, that will remove Arthur plus THRE also it will remove, because THR is present here. E is not present, so E will not be removed. So L strip will remove up to here. But if you give it remove prefix, then Arthur colon space will be removed. So let's see how many functions are there. There are lots of functions. So I'll stop this video here. And in the next video, we will continue from where we are leaving it. That is from here we will continue. We will continue from make trans in the next video. So if you are enjoying this read through, then please give me a like and share this video on social media, as well as make use of the comment box to let me know how this is going, what changes you would like to see. For example, should I go slow or should I go faster? I'm already going quite fast actually. I don't think I can go any faster because the content is huge. So if I go slow, then it will take a lot of time to actually finish this. In any case, thanks a lot for watching. Happy programming.